Alright, hello, and hopefully this is going to be a good no reset showcase run on this game. I want it to be somewhere around near sub 3 hours. I've been a bit rusty at times. My last run ran into an interesting glitch that can happen very early on in this game. This is my second run today, but I've been trying to get these runs off. But, you know, as is. My commentary is not going to be that great at the minute. I'll be a little bit more game focused than what I normally am, particularly at the runtime. Gets good, but what was I saying? This is Gears of War 2 any percent. Its difficulty setting that it's run in is casual. Reason that we play casual is just because it's the easiest difficulty setting in the game. Insane is the other difficulty that you can run this game on, but nobody runs Insane because it is obviously insane. Okay, so starting this game off, after you load that, you instantly jump into this cutscene where the Queen Mira is talking, who loves to narrate a lot of the part of the game, particularly about the cog. We'll see her later on. This is the start of the game. We get a split path option there, but we don't take the right option, sorry, we take the left option, because the left option skips the training section in this game.
Damn it! Kill these grubs. Let's move.
Oh, my audio just cut out, that's alright.
Loca's got some serious sacks coming in here like this. Doubt it has anything to do with
So we just met Ty, Dom, and a few other ones. I did a few tricks right there, and audio dialogue cancel it. I did it again then. And I do another one right here. If you fail a reload, and it only works if you fail the reload, you will skip dialogue that would otherwise be unskippable. It's a little bit interesting. Knowing where and when you can do that is kind of an important part of the run. If you practice it and you find some new ones, let us know, but so far we're pretty sure that we got every single one that speeds this game up. Neat. Kill off these 6 enemies. There's 6 enemies down on that floor there to deal with. Normally the grenade gets them all. I'm going to stand a few tiles back from this door just because there is a load zone immediately going through that. And it takes 4 seconds to get through, and you don't want to lose 4 seconds to nothing, so you may as well lose a quarter of a second than 4 seconds. Because you will hit it almost every time if you start right at that door. Nice little cover slide right there. So cover sliding in this game like that is really, really good because it blocks shots from slowing you. It also blocks shots from hitting you, and it also blocks shots from just damaging you in general. An enemy back here still, I think. I wasn't sure. I don't have any game sound at the minute. Waiting for a cable replacement, so I just hear myself talking. It's a little bit harder for me to play the game. I just hear that. Game sounds a little bit important in a 3D game as compared to that of a 2D game, unless of course you got dialogue part tricks or things like that, game audio based skips. We have a few good skips in this game, and there's a lot in Desperation that I haven't really mentioned. There's a frame perfect one coming up right here. We didn't get it. If you get a roll off to the side there, you get that perfect, but it wasn't too bad. If you don't, it's not too bad as long as you get the initial cover slide. Oh, that was weird. I got shot off to the side good. I had to wait there for a second because I didn't get meleeed. If you get meleeed whilst doing that roll there by that enemy, it'll always trigger the King Raven to fall, or if you roll at the right timing, you'll get it, but because I angled it incorrectly, that's the only time you'll ever see me do one of those. Which is a wall stick with the grenade. Which you can do. There's actually a cool little achievement. It's a red versus blue Easter egg in there from red versus blue. References plasma grenades in Halo. Good, he went to the right pillar. Good, good, good. That was a very good fight right there. That was an insanely good fight right there.
I like the glow of locust blood in this light.
So yeah, you're going to see me shoot another bullet here because we're about to talk to Carmine. And Carmine's got some dialogue and we're going to talk back to him after we go through this door. We're immediately going to talk to him, so we're immediately going to do a fail reload. Then we're going to shoot again. Do another fail reload. And then we're going to do a third one right here. And that'll open the door up instantly. So you can see just how much time this saves. Before, like, getting a, 5:30, 5:45 desperation was considered world record pace. Now, if you don't get a 5, it's just... So that was the last trick that we found in this game. Last major trick, I guess you could say. Skipping the dialogue. I'm intentionally pathing in a certain way on this level so I can kill these 3 enemies as fast as possible. I got cancelled out of the fast kill on that enemy, which cost me about a second. It's not too bad. Once again, a sub 5 desperation. Basically, if you don't get a sub 5 desperation, you may as well reset if you're on if you're doing world record runs or anything. But that was a pretty good desperation. That's kind of how the thing's meant to go, that level. Lots of little tricks and nuances and skips that you can't really talk about because they come and go, you know, every fight, and doing a lot of different things. Like we're doing like chain grenading. So with frag grenades in this game, if you've ever been familiar with like Halo, like Halo 3, for example, with the plasma grenades, you can insta-explode grenades on after one another. It's kind of like that in this game. You can chain 2 grenades to explode at the same time by throwing 2 grenades at the same time, which obviously increases the area of effect, and also is good to kill certain sets of enemies. So we're getting a little bit of character introduction into Baird and Cole. Don't worry about it, you'll see them later. They're characters from the first game that appeared in here, so Dom as well. So Marcus and Dom are best friends in this game. And they kind of spend all their time as soldiers together as a team of 2. Cole and Baird as well, always on team of 2. They used to be a part of Alpha Squad, we put them in Delta Squad. This section of the game is a little bit of an introduction to the COG military that they decided to do for the lore-wise of the game. I'm talking about lore, because why not? This is a long auto-scroll. There's about 10 minutes of auto-scrolling here, so we may as well talk about it. So the COG military are like running on, you know, their last city. They only have like 1, maybe 2, 3 cities left that are held by COG military. So they're basically at the end of their wits at this war that's been going on for a long time that they're losing drastically quick, so they need to be doing something about it. So we're going to go assault the enemy stronghold as a last-ditch effort with these things that are called rigs, or giant, and centaurs and some king ravens. The giant things are called rigs, the tanks are called centaurs, and the king ravens are the helicopters you see flying around. These things here are Locust Reavers. You saw one of them in Desperation, but they're basically the Locust Air Force for the vast majority. Locust have their own versions of tanks in this game called Brumacs. You'll see them coming up soon, not too far away. If you played through any Gears of War game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But similar to that of like Halo and typical enemy classes, they have classes that go up in rankings. So like the lowest rankings would be like Tickers and Wretches in this game, and then they go up to, you know, drones and grenadiers and boomers, and there's a bunch of boomer different types, and then you've got corpses, baby corpses, mother corpses, and Rumacs beyond that, and as well as Reavers that are like heavy tier, and each tier obviously takes a different time, and there's a different way to kill them and deal with them, and so we try to kill them as fast as possible. So for the vast majority, most of the time, it's headshots deal the most damage, and in this game there's no particular way around it. Anyways, I mentioned before at the start here that this is the area of the game where I got soft locked at by a weird glitch that shouldn't occur. I'm ready for it. So there's a particular way that you can do this fight. different runners have their own different strats for it, but we want to kill 4 enemies as fast as possible. Don't bother too much with that first enemy, cause big damage. Should die to the AIs whilst we're killing the other ones off here. Yes, lovely. That's the best fight that I've ever had there. I'm actually not joking. I've never killed all 4 of them just single-handedly with a pistol like that. That was really, really good. My AIs killed the first one that I missed. So after we've done that, we're going to stand here. It's kind of unfortunate that out of the emergence hole we didn't get an enemy to drop a grenade. It's kind of one of the reasons why we stole it. You can get a free grenade there, you're going to need one, at least in the first act. You want a set of them. There's always a backup one in case you don't get it, but it's kind of important for later on in the game. So right now I do get a bit of a chance to turn my headset off real quick, and then I'll come back in a second, because I want a little bit of game audio if possible. Okay, good. I've got some game sound now, so I don't have to listen to myself. I'm waiting for a replacement cable so I can hear in-game audio. It's on the way to me.
Something big went down here.
Delta, control here.
So this is Tip of the Spear, the Big Push, the most boring level in all of Gears of War. I mean, it's not boring as such, it's just there's only a few things that you need to do. The Gears of War 3 auto-scrollers have some really good ones. My game audio clocked out again. I'm just going to turn some music on or something.
Grapplers! We are so screwed!
This level is really, really boring. Oh yeah, speaking of Brumax, there's one right there. Big Brumax are the largest of the Locust enemies that we have to deal with. They're very, very strong, have a lot of HP, deal a lot of rocket damage that they can down you in one shot. We'll deal with quite a few of them later on. The best ways to deal with them are things like mortars and large explosives. So this rig got hijacked, and all we're going to wait for is the driver to smash the glass way later down the road here, so we're just waiting for that. I don't really know that there's much else that I need to talk about lore-wise, outside of how good the soundtrack is in this game. The soundtrack is done by a guy called Steve Jablinski. He did Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, and he also did the Transformer Michael Bay movies, which have pretty banger soundtracks to them, despite being, you know, mediocre movies. Oh yeah, it should be noted that Carmine is indeed using a sniper. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not. Right now, our friend Dom's using the Nasher shotgun. We'll be using that a lot. He currently is holding the Lancer. We'll also be using that gun a lot. You see me use that a lot. I've been also using the Snub Pistol. The Snub Pistol has a faster kill time than the Lancer and is more accurate, but it only carries 12 bullets, and it also doesn't have the powerful chainsaw melee that we'll be needing later on. In this game, there's a lot of like random soft locks that can happen, and one of them is not having access to a melee. So that can happen, which is really, really unfortunate. Oh yeah, a new enemy type just appeared in this game that I forgot to mention. There are grapplers, and grapplers are, of course, our enemies. There goes Dom using the chainsaw in the enemy right there, because the AIs, why not? See? Oh yeah, he got another one. There you go. Oh yeah, there's a couple enemies that are really, really funny back here that'll fall off the edge of the map because they don't realize that that's the edge of the map right there. Ground wasn't programmed in right there. There's quite a lot of enemies on the ground. Also, this game does look incredible for a very, very old video game. 2008 was 11 years ago, so very old video game indeed. And this game's about 10 years and 3 months old at this point. So obviously still pretty old, but still beautiful. Very, very glitch heavy. So the only thing that we have to do, like I mentioned before, is this. That's it. We're done. That's the entire chapter. Yeah, this game does look exceptionally amazing, particularly on the Xbox One. So with the Xbox One, they added backwards compatibility, which sped this game up. It also sped Gears of War 3 up. And they recently put out a patch for the emulator that they used, which improved frame rate, so Gears of War 3 is now significantly faster on the Xbox One than the Xbox 360, which is really, really important to note. I'm pretty sure the Xbox One X would be more powerful again, given the fact that it does have the more powerful hard drive like PC specs. Yeah, this is the Brumat. You can't actually kill this one, but you can see it through the trees like I did. And that's going to be important on this level. So even though we don't have to do anything on this level, I like to kill this Brumac just to show you what happens when you do kill a Brumac. They have some great ragdoll effects. He's going to shoot down one of our Ravens here. We're really not doing anything, but it's alright. This game's scripted, so... No. There we go. Shut off his arm. Interesting. Gonna be a couple grapplers to... I don't want them getting on. You can shoot their grappling hooks. I should have mentioned this. You can just shoot their grappling hooks and they'll disappear after that. Two enemies down here. There we go. Will be useful to our eyes, even though they don't really matter. So the rig in front of us, I should mention, is about to get demolished. There you go. That's what a rig looks like from underneath, in case you ever wondered. It just falls over. The rig up there is about to get corpsed. We're not going to see it though, because we're going to be busy completing the level. Oh, there it is. There you go. You can see it up there. Corpse is going to jump on it. Shoot this guy through the trees like that, and that completes that chapter, and we're now out of Auto-Scroller City. There's a couple more Auto-Scrollers to come in a 3-hour run. It's kind of to be expected. Hopefully we didn't go too far to the right here.
What the hell happened to the guy?
There you go, beautiful, look at that. So, it should be mentioned that after you finish the cutscene with the Brumac there, you can, introducing tickers, you can, move around a little bit, which saves a bit of time there. And then I roll into that cutscene because it gives me the further distance when I enter this, so I'm in a position where I can kill these guys as they spawn. Oh. These things can survive their own explosions one time, and then they'll explode in a chain reaction. It's kind of funny. I want to kill these guys off spawn. There should be one more. Oh, nope. We're good. Alright, that's unfortunate. We're going to have to cancel the dialogue. If you, that was a really, really fast fight, that's why, but if you kill the last, ticker there, and you go through, also the audio is about to get really bugged out, spoilers. I know a lot of things happening at once again, because we're going so fast through it. We're going to do a nice little cover slide here. A lot to also focus on. Nice, he dropped grenades for us, good. So that was me mentioning the grenades before. I don't know where the other guy's gone. Oh, he's right here. Do you have grenades as well? No. There's ammo here, we may as well grab it. We'll grab the extra 3 bullets for the shotgun as well. It doesn't hurt. So the only people that can drop grenades there, we know what enemies can and what enemies can't, but it's the 2 guys with the shotguns that can drop grenades. But we got a set of grenades, which is good. I might grab the backup set just so I got the 4 grenades heading into the next section, so I get to avoid grabbing grenades up in the second act of the game. So that's Cole, talking on the radio right now. There goes Cole and Bad's rig. This little robot guy here, we haven't really met him too much. He was in desperation, but I didn't really mention him. He's Jack, he'll open doors for you. He's great.
Control. How much?
Gears of War 3 runners love Jack. Very, very useful. And I don't mean that sarcastically, he is insanely useful in Gears of War 3. basically bad in Gears of War 3. Kind of a little bit of a spoiler. Gives him a particular way of fighting, and he can stun enemies, which is really good for you when you start doing like enemy maneuvers around people with lances, which we haven't really run into much in this game, but lances are absolutely terrifying in Gears of War 3. Enemies' lances in Gears of War 3 charge up at an insanely fast rate. And a lot of the fifth act is us dodging and avoiding enemies with lances. So, and then he gets up and he stuns an enemy with a mulcher or a lancer. Really, really useful. He downs enemies really quick as well, which is even better. So particularly this ticker tunnel here, we're doing particular strat. Just getting right underneath this guy and then just blind firing into him. Making sure we stay under him so we don't take any damage. Now I'm gonna need to focus here because I've never done this strat. I've seen this strat done, but I've never done it myself. Don't need to worry about the enemies on the other side there. I think I hit both of them with that first shot. That was decent. Oh, I don't have melee. It's not relevant. I'll get a melee reset later on. But I was mentioning how sometimes you can get a particular melee glitch in this game. That should do. And we got it. So there is a reason that we take rooftops, so... previously... Jack again. Previously we used to take the hotel route, and the reason for that is because we could get Dom to instantly clear those enemies. But what it turns out is that we don't have to clear the enemies on the other side there, which saves us time. Unlike what you have to do on this side, which means you're a little bit more at the AI's control, which you don't want to be. Fire and mortar over the other side there to help them clear out their enemies. My AIs aren't doing it. They're not doing the thing. There you go. Finally did it.
Let's get to the drilling zone. I think we'll ride the rest of the way.
Particular spot that I gotta stand here. Oh, we didn't quite get it. It's like, whatever. It's like, whatever. They're about the same time, hotel and rooftop sets, so you don't lose too much time. I'll have to rewatch Flurby's footage of his run to figure out where he does that trick. But basically what happens is you can shoot that Brumac through the tunnel, which will instantly trigger this cutscene to start playing, which is fantastic. It's hitting him with a single mortar strike will insta-gib him. Seems like a overlooked weakness by the Locust. So this fight is actually terrifying. I haven't mentioned this fight, but it's pretty scary. Can't skip any of the dialogue here either. You can, but it glitches the game out. Also, if you get up here too fast and get on this, the game will be... So there's two enemies in this fight that scare me super hard. It's not particularly difficult. These two enemies are just annoying. So there are 6 enemies that come out of this hole here. You can count them if you want. I know exactly how many there are. There's 4, 5, and then 6 right there. And then as soon as the 6th dies here, we got to make sure that we kill both those guys over there. They're the 2 really scary guys to get, because they get behind that. If the second guy gets behind the tombstone over there, he can destroy the chain gun that you're on at the minute, and you need this chain gun because mortars are slow. There we go. A little bit of damage off on both those guys, so they shouldn't be around for too much longer. We're actually so quick that neither of these grapplers spawns. There's a set way of doing those. It's whole mortars, boomers, reavers, grapplers in that order. Lost a bit of time by taking the rooftops, but that's alright. So now we're going back under the locust, into the locust ground. We got attacked by an enemy whilst on the surface, and we instantly just dropped down into this section here. Is the underground of the locust cities. This particular section has a potential skip that we haven't been able to add into the run yet. Trying to think. Which we have video footage of people doing it. It's just the video footage is so poor that we can't justify it happening, but it could enable us to skip a really large section of this game, around about a minute, and it would also save us time in the first act as well, because it's the part that we rely on grabbing the grenades for. So it would save us a lot of stress and a lot of pressure in the first one. It could also save us time, obviously, by us having the 4 sets of grenades no longer relevant, where you'd only need to get 1 from it. Good, we got the melee. You can get melee locked there, and you can't chainsaw those vines. And if that happens, well, but good night run. Getting around the other side is a lot longer than what you might expect. I really don't want to get shot anymore. Yep, that was gonna happen. I should have just YOLO'd it. That's alright. Oh, he got the shot. Get this guy. Benny. Come on, Benny. He wants to save me. Oh, Benny. There we go. Yeah. Like I said. Actually killed a couple of the enemies for me.
I made it! Rook, you did good. But, sir, there's a wall there? What about the grind lift? I think it's busted, sir. Jack, see what you...
There you go. I failed the timing on that shot. Yeah, this is where we need the grenades for, is these emergence holes. Throwing a grenade into one of these, as you've seen previously, will instantly plug it up. As you can see, got all of them, and I was so quick that I actually had the fastest ever grind lift that I've ever had right there. The grind lift that I've ever had there. So nice little dialogue skip there to speed this up. You can actually get stuck out of bounds there. Funny enough, it's happened before. There's a lot of parts that we can get stuck in this game that we know about. Yeah, you can get ahead of the grind lift here, which saves a couple seconds, which is really, really useful. So Dom's about to say something that's really bad. There was a dialogue. Actually, as I was saying it, the dialogue was there, but Benjamin's brother in the first game gets sniped, and Dom makes a comment about him not being able to see snipers so well because he's wearing a helmet, and it's pretty messed up. But I think that's mainly because Dom's annoyed at the rookie. Even though I absolutely love Carmine. As you can tell before. Carmine's AI is actually better than Dom's AI, which is hilarious. He actually has one of the best AI in the game. I don't know why. So just clearing out enemies here. That amount of enemies to clear. There's also an interesting glitch here. We don't know what causes it. I haven't had it happen to me in months. It can obviously occur. So I'm trying to set it up. Sometimes that happens. The way how you do this setup is if you stand here and you're looking back at to where your allies are, certain set distance away, it'll deload. Yes, but it didn't happen. There we go. We're all good there. The boomers there are a little bit annoying. I believe I still have access to chainsaw. Yes, good. Just been double checking. I was pretty sure that I saw the smoke coming from the chainsaw, but I couldn't exactly tell. It's important that I have access to chainsaw here again. Otherwise I have to load last checkpoint. Alright, this is indigenous creatures. Right here. One of my favorite levels. There is an out of bounds here, but we don't know how to get to it. We've seen people get out of bounds here. There's just no tutorial from these guys. Like, yeah. So as you can tell, we don't need the ammo. Actually, we need those grenades. Oops. Got caught on the edge of the map there. Sometimes, like, the geometry on this game can be pretty deceiving. You'll see it later on. It's a part that's really relevant about the geometry in this game. Being extremely deceptive. Troika. So a couple more dialogue skips right here. So we gotta do the dialogue skip to the same weapon twice. And the reason how we did that is we cancelled the reload completely by climbing the ladder. Which is a way of doing it there. So we only have to hear Marcus say yeah, which obviously is an extremely quick dialogue. Which actually is the worst dialogue skip there to skip, because skipping it actually is slower. And doesn't save time. So there's an emergence hole there, don't worry about it. Not relevant, we just roll over it. Yeah, it's pretty free. I found that while playing through this game casually, funny enough. Don't worry about it, it's an optional thing. I used to make grenade routing in this pretty awkward. And I was like, you guys know that you don't have to ever fight that guy, right? And you can save the 2 grenades for the fight up top. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. Now everyone does that trick. No one hides struts from each other in this game. One of the best things about our community. It's pretty BM to hide struts from other people, in my opinion. Stop that. It's important that I kill that guy, though. Oh yeah, I should mention that sometimes you'll get some really bad lag here. Wow, that was a really quick fight. So you used to use a Troika to kill this guy when he got there, but then you can just shoot him fast enough. Oh, where's the grenades at? Right here. What's the other set? Right here. Good. I still like to do this strat. Flurby has a different one which is slightly faster, but it involves using a grenade. Didn't get the right enemy pattern. Don't do it. Oh, I'm terrified. Oh, I'm so terrified of that first boomer that didn't shoot. Oh, there he goes. Good, good, good. If those boom shots hit you directly, you go down but not out. And if you're beyond that door when you go down but not out, or even then, if you're not, the game will sometimes, the AIs will sometimes just not pick you up because you're too far ahead of where the game's meant to be. The game hasn't loaded like the AIs revive mechanics properly, and it's important to know when you do have the access to revive and where you don't, so you can be a little bit more risky. Like when we save Carmine, Carmine's obviously meant to be there for us, so the game equates Carmine's AI to save us. Funny thing is, Carmine never has a down point in this game except for there. It's the only time. This has 5 shots in it every time. So I like to go 1 low, 1 high, and then kill any spawners. We had a high shot that should have been used first then. Low shot because I want to kill that enemy down there on the ground. Good thing that I actually failed that reload there. This should be a low shot. So what I mean by that is the distance that I fire the mortars off at. Well, I got really close to killing both those guys. Actually, I did get one, which made my AIs charge, which is exactly what you want right there. Good, good, good. Grab some free ammo, why not? So far in this game, you may have noticed that on the wall,
What the hell is that thing?
that was moving. The whole time, along the side of the wall to the left, as we're going through the tunnels. There was a giant worm there. 10 points to anyone who noticed that along the way. You guys did a good job. Unless you played the game before, in which case, stop cheating. I'm gonna do a bit of a birdie run down here.
One thing I still don't understand.
The disturbing revelations.
Forever or what? Who knows? This one guy in basic, he thought they were from Risea or one of the
One of the less interesting levels, but it does have a few speedrun strats in it. We're about to be introduced to another enemy type. I didn't actually ever mention this one because I always forget about it. It's the Countess. These things are known as Locust Priests, and their niche is that they use Gorgon pistols, ink grenades, and that they can revive enemies from a distance. Yep, they're annoying. They're also the first target that you kill every fight, because they're annoying. The revive from range, oh yeah, and they can also roll you, and they can knock you out of bounds at times. I should mention that as well. So they're another enemy, they're the most annoying enemy in this game, and originally the way how we dealt with them was hitting them with a sniper bullet, which insta-kills them, but we just don't have, we don't have the, what do you call it? We don't have the sniper rifle on this routing anymore. There's only one level that we actually, a couple chapters that we actually use the sniper rifle for in this game. As with the Hammer Dawn. Interesting. So I intentionally kill that guy there so I'm as close to this lever as possible, because I need to activate it to get through this door. So going the right route here is actually faster, which if you go chronologically in the game, this is the first time that we ever use a right route. Outside of doing the rooftops, you don't have to do the rooftops, you can always do the hotel. That one's an optional. Outside of like optional ones, this is the first one where we're forced to take the right option. I think sooner or later the rooftops will be the first right option, because we'll figure out a way to make that strat consistent. But at the minute it is not. So the first enemy once again that we're going to focus, funny that, it's the Countess. He has an ink grenade, he can throw it up here. If he throws it up here, it forces us off this turret, it slows us down. Not good. We're gonna kill these guys. Some more drones, more enemies. That guy there is not too much of a threat. He can't really, he barely ever hits you, and when he does, I don't believe he can down you one from a shot on front with a boom shot on a troika. So I actually got stuck there, but we're gonna enter. This is actually one of the more interesting levels, again, in the game. We're getting to some really interesting stuff. The end of the second act is one of the most fun sections of all of Gears of War speedrunning. You can soft lock the game here too. There's a lot of times where you can break the game. Remember how I said that? Yeah, you can soft lock the game here, which is great. Gotta be careful of that. I intentionally throw those 2 grenades over there because I'm gonna grab some free grenades just up the road from here. I'm gonna kill that guy so he doesn't annoy me. I have to deal with these 2 over here because the AIs will not deal with them. I'm gonna do an interesting strat here. It's because the last couple of runs that I've done here, I've actually had 2 enemies here. Wow, the AIs normally kill this Brumac. Bloodmouth. There we go. That's the word that I'm looking for. Those enemies there are called Bloodmouths. Baby Brumacs, basically. I shoot that guy to get him out of cover so my AIs that have glitch spawned themselves further down can shoot and kill them. Gonna make sure that my AIs kill this guy.
He's gotta be close if we're hearing him. Yeah, let's hope so.
A little bit of dialogue, you can skip there, save some time. It's a sniper there. Don't grab it. It's not worth it. Another one of the many dialogue skips that we can do. So I did mention that this level was a little bit interesting. It's mainly due to the dialogue skips as well as the fact that you can glitch the game out, but we can also speed that up by shooting that. Bad reload there. I'm really hoping Carmine snipes this guy. He does a lot of damage. Snipers do a lot of damage. He looks like he's using the Lancer though. Oh, he hit the sniper right at the end. Good job, Carmine. Ammo isn't as important there on that fight, but it is for the Lancer. If you have less than 200 bullets, it becomes a little bit more troublesome, that fight. So you never make it in time. Oh, we went as fast as we could, but we didn't make it in time. Another scripted event. You can actually get down but not out and glitch yourself out of the game there with Jack. We're gonna avoid Jacks just so that doesn't happen. I hit a shot. So I'm setting up some dialogue skips right here. I'm waiting for a particular dialogue that we can skip. There we go. There's one, and there's another one. Marcus is going to give out a mayday call. Second that we can skip.
There's too many of them.
There we go. Not having game audio makes it really, really difficult. Plus, it's got a lot to a prediction. Just knowing which dialogue it is, I'm a little bit rusty at the minute on that. But I got it in the end, so doesn't matter. Bullet's not going to end my life in this game. So get some more free ammo up ahead anyway, so.
Last message came from up this way, towards that tunnel. Let's check it out.
Funny enough, we used to bother to kill these enemies here. Now we just don't. The contest knocking us down, you might be able to see here. Oh, good. He went to the other side there, which enabled us just to avoid it.
I wish.
We're regrouped with Cole here. I should mention that. What just happened? Can I say the term? The GDQ term? That's never happened before.
That's not Baird, is it?
The good thing is it happened right on a checkpoint. But yeah, that has never happened before. I've never had the insta soft lock happen there. I know like the soft lock happened there. I know like it can happen. I've just never had it happen there. Weird. So that's a beast barge, another enemy type that I forgot to mention. There's a lot.
Then let's get up there. If there's anyone still in there, we're getting them out. Come on.
Ooh. I have to make sure that I roll to the side even when he shoots that. Getting hit directly will still down me instantly. There we go, cutscene place. Gotta make sure that I get a perfect reload here. The grinder right there. It's no longer a grinder right there. Yeah, I guess because we rolled that way, we'll have to go this way. Kind of annoying. But you just gotta innovate sometimes. You can snap your camera whilst you're doing things like that, which allows us to keep an eye on our oppositional enemies. Down both these Reavers, they're really, really annoying. The guy's not relevant, but we're gonna get rid of him anyway. Reavers flying around this can do a little bit of damage to us, and we want to try to avoid as much damage here as possible because we're about to do the first of what is known as the major skips in this game. Sure that I at least kill one of those guys. Hopefully Dom absorbs a bit of damage for us. Good, our pathing's looking good. We're not getting shot at, so we can do a roadie run. Okay, good, we got out of the map. As soon as we get out of the map there, we're fine. Now it's all about finding your line. Right here. Good. Perfect, okay. So this is the captivity skip, and what that does is it despawns a lot of enemies. It also allows us to skip a couple cutscenes and that, and we advance way beyond where we previously were. We're actually right where we need to be, and that is an extremely precise skip. Failing it means you have to reload the entire chapter. There is no checkpoint in this chapter. It's actually really, really bad. The checkpoint that you get is after that fight, and if you get the checkpoint after that fight, you can no longer do the skip. So it's very, very important that you avoid that checkpoint because it despawns all the enemies here as well, and basically you don't have to fight any more enemies throughout this level, which is super, super useful. That skip was found on YouTube a very, very long time ago. That was one of the release game skips. Sometimes your AIs will spawn out here with you. There's a bunch of enemies that you're meant to fight along here, but now we don't have to fight them, so. Bunch of Reavers, a few Cantus, one that can knock you out of bounds, one that I mentioned, that can knock you out of bounds, is in this section. So I'm going to go up these stairs, and then as soon as that we do, we're going to hit a checkpoint. We're going to hit a load zone right there, and then we're going to hit a checkpoint. And that checkpoint spawns all our allies in. And the dialogue's going to start playing. And now the game's going to start continuing. May as well grab the ammo. Still a couple bullets short. That's interesting.
Looks like the jinx worked. Great. Nice one. Bring it on. I'll take your arms.
Grab this one, why not? There's a particular spot you can get here. We won't get shot at very much. It's right here.
Where the hell's that chopper?
The AIs, for whatever reason, just don't look here. So I got nothing to do for a little bit again. So just waiting for the King Raven to come pick us up. Right here. Takes about a minute. That tickle. That tickle was glorious.
Delta, this is Care 19. I have eyes on smoke. Roger that one.
So yeah, once that timer runs out, the King Raven will come and save us from all these locusts. See, they're like really glitched out right now. Their AIs don't move the same way that they would because we did the captivity skip. The AIs are also revive glitched out as well, that should also be noted. But if we go down but not out right now, the game will still continue. As normal, doesn't mean anything. There you go. Cutscene done. So, now comes the interesting point. Do we get the glitch? We'll know after this cutscene and loading screen. And we believe we didn't get it, but we believe that the glitch occurs sorry, I gotta focus a little bit here. We believe the glitch occurs during that cutscene because in that cutscene, the cutscene loads you out of, into a non-made area, and if you go from the captivity into it, it'll, get you into an area, and it's like, oh, error, can't load area properly. I'll be like, oh. Oh, that was very, very close. We made it, though. So, yeah, you can beat that cyclope that you're fast enough there. Before we never used to risk it because it was considered too risky, but now we just do it.
You think this might...
Oh, yeah, it should be mentioned that giant worm before. Yeah, we're inside of it now. I don't think the gameplay was obvious enough to state that or not, but yeah, we're inside of it now. I need to make sure. Okay, good, we're good. Gotta make sure that we have melee again. Getting the distance between shooting this. I'm shooting the whatever the hell that was that I was shooting before.
Keep moving. Watch your step. Damn it! Don't think about it.
I'm gonna go around the long way this time. So I'll avoid a little bit of damage. I wasn't feeling confident. Sometimes these things can do 1, 2, or 3 damage. Yeah, on this one that I am though. So it's funny that it looks like you can run straight through this these spikes here. But you can't because there's a kill zone right in the middle, and there are certain kill zones around some of those spikes there. Running through them will activate the kill zone, and then you'll just instantly die, and it's very, very frustrating.
About time.
Oh, we accidentally went the wrong way there. Bad roll. Very bad roll. Full gameplay. Actually, one of the more interesting sections in this game. Oh, we didn't quite get it. I was meant to shoot the second one. I'm not meant to be behind my AIs in this section. It's been a very, very bad stomach. I meant to hit that with the first blind fire. The strat for that is you blind fire it because it's free. But I didn't quite. That body there on the ground has a hitbox, so just be careful of that. Unlike a lot of other bodies in this game, that one there for whatever reason has a hitbox.
This place stinks like gas, man.
Ass? More like cheesy rotten. Told you him ass.
Forget the smell. This place is toxic. Well, we're on a one-way trip, so keep moving.
Hey, we went the right way, Pog Plant.
All right, Delta, we gotta be getting close.
The fast way too. I thought I'd forgotten the fast way of doing that.
So where the hell are we now?
Looks like the sternum. Or at least the giant worm equivalent of sternum.
And the heart's gotta be close, right?
can hope.
So we're going to try to get. There we go. We finally got one. I don't think you can get it here. Hey, you can. Nice. So yeah, instead of dropping down, which is slow, you can get a nice little roll over it. It drops you down on this game. These are about to get bloody. We're killing this worm. I don't know exactly where the exit point is. The next one's really, really easy. People that are casual know how easy this next one is. Particularly for the speedrun, it's very, very hard to lose time on the second heart in the speedrun. You had to play incredibly bad. Gotta be careful of the antibodies. Immune system response. Drop, please. Thank you. Yeah, I should be able to deal with him.
Of course, they gotta be up there.
Oh, we're gonna lose time on this act. Oh well. I think that's mainly because we had the glitch. Didn't cost us too much time, but it's the fact that it happened that it cost us like 10 seconds-ish or so. And my time on this act is really, really good in my PB. It's actually so good that even with dialogue skips, I've only dropped about 6 seconds off.
Son of a bitch! Another heartbeat?
Most desperation alone, I can save about 25 seconds just on dialogue skips in comparison to the previous runs. This would be a really good run if it wasn't for that, actually. Oh well. This is last heart. 2 more to chainsaw. We're gonna be good. Never trust stray eyes in Gears of War. It's a rule of thumb. Gonna be a really good time. This might be gold. This might be gold with that encounter glitch. So it happens as soon as the screen fades. Wow, that was a gold split with the encounter glitch. Absolutely incredible. So we requested a pickup, but instead we got a drop off, which means they gave us a centaur. And now we're going into dirty little secret. It's an unskippable cutscene. Believe me, I'm trying to skip it. It's unskippable. Alright, we're in a pretty decent position here.
Dom, you come with me. What's up with that? You expecting an attack on the ghost town? These days, Baird, you should expect anything. We'll keep you posted.
So I want to shotgun out really, really early on here.
Way out here. What are we looking for anyway?
Not sure.
Something's up.
Kind of important.
Wretches, maybe. Couldn't tell.
We're gonna recom through that area there, so keep that in mind. We're gonna come back through that area later on.
A warehouse.
Keep that geometry in mind when you learn this game, because it's an area that you have to visit twice.
Stay alert.
I'm about to do something that no other speedrunner does in this game. Everyone's got their own little unique flair, I think, in speedrunning, and this one's mine.
Never know till you try. Let's try this out.
I have one in Gears of War 1 and I have one in Gears of War 2 that nobody else does.
Should we try that door again?
No, it's not a power issue. It's clear.
So as you can see, the flamethrower kind of rips through these wretches. 1, 2. Oh god, we're gonna go down. No, 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 I didn't press X again. Oh god, Dom. Oh, the good Dom's right next to me. Whew. That's a little bit scary. I had to bring this up once more. Thank God for Dom. Oh, I soft locked the. Oh no, we're good. Okay, that kind of scared me. There's a way you can, if you run into this cutscene here, sometimes the game won't allow you to melee or shoot, which means you have to reinforce the last checkpoint. Also, it should be noted that we only have to the shutters. You only have to bring them up 3 times. You don't have to bring them up the 4th time. Oh, I meant to skip dialogue there. It's alright. Yeah, you can skip dialogue with an infinite ammo pistol. Don't worry about it. It should be mentioned that unfortunately we never used my favorite weapon in this game. In this run. It's a bit unfortunate. Welcome. Do you now have proper identification? Oh yeah, I got some identification for you.
Carry on. Gotta hand it to Baird. He does good work. Definitely a different place.
Welcome to the New Hope Research Facility. I'm Niles. Please, let me know if I can be of any assistance.
Is that a recording?
Actually, I'm not just a recording.
Oh.
Please, do come in. I'll tell you more about the facility.
Oh.
Looks like some kind of workers' quarters.
Or internment camp.
I don't know when the dialogue skips are in this
Maintains the highest possible standards. I assure you.
section of the game is.
Take great pride in our work here.
I'm sure you...
There was one. I have to like keep it in my head when it is. I'm gonna deal with IRL problems whilst in the middle of a speedrun, PogChamp. So the way how you're meant to do this fight is you're meant to go in there, turn the laser on, and it kills all these wretches, and then turn the laser back off. But wretches don't do that much damage.
As you make your way through our facility,
Let me just run straight past all these guys.
any conditions that do not meet our standards,
Another turret there, we're way too fast for that turret. Oh, bad wretches. We're quite naughty. And we do need to turn these ones off, because we can't get past that turret otherwise. Oh, whoops.
good empirical scientific research is the
Actually that's fine. That poor movement there was okay. Don't worry about it, I know the exact angle that you need to be at to get through these enemies.
Pendulum Wars.
Eventually you get comfortable enough with this game to know exactly what enemies AIs are gonna do and, you know, things like that. Get rid of these guys, they're not actually attracting the turrets off me.
Marcus, this is Bear. Weather's gone. Let's do this. Feels like Razor Hill's on the way. If this keeps up, we're gonna have to head inside. We're gonna have to split up. One of us needs to power down these.
So for this section,
Who gets powered
we
down?
take power down duty. Now I've heard Dom can sometimes suicide here. But the reason you take power down duty
Security's insane.
is it's faster. And making Dom do this, he like lets you know when he's pressing the things down and that. And this was meant to be like a section that's co-op reliant, but when you just play it solo, you just gotta do the one where you have the most control in that situation. And in that case, it's the power down duty.
Definitely not POWs. What the hell are these things?
Some kind of a stasis.
There we go. Another dialogue skip. So yeah, having 3 different people talking at the same time without game sound makes it hard for me to know when Marcus is talking. Right there. You know when I can get the dialogue skips on it. I don't want the chainsaw for this. So I'm about to do a strat that is, I would say 90, maybe 98% of the time it works.
Jack, plug in and see what you can find. Maybe one of these terminals will have some info on where the hell we can
Whoops.
find the locust stronghold.
I should warn you, these are state-of-the-art security systems that simply cannot be breached by air.
We got these dialogue skips.
Keep at it.
Good, good.
I tried to warn you. Now it appears you have awoken the sires. That could be
It's a little bit of a derust, as you can tell. A little bit of things that I can't do. A lot of audio cues. I don't have access to audio right now. My cable is broken on my Xbox, so.
What are these things?
sires, of course.
May as well get a couple chainsaws down. I think this is a pretty good situation to be in, actually. If you run all the way to where that wall is, you won't get hit by the enemy there. What we're going to do is we're going to press X there, get Dom to spawn in. He's going to attract the attention of all these sires, and we're going to toss 2 grenades on the floor. Boom. Nice frames. Really good section right now. I'm going to try to get as many checkpoints on this as possible. I have to kill these guys again. If you have 2 on you, you have to kill them, or else they'll just kill you really quick. Alright, we should be good from here on out. It's been a while since I've gotten a runoff where I actually have ammo counts. Mentioning again with the level indigenous, not indigenous creatures, intestinal fortitude.
Look around for a switch or a power supply. The system's getting nuttier by the second.
Are fully cleansed and the truth comes forth. Will we listen? Will we listen? Listen. Listen. Bye, Niles.
Man, glad that's over with.
Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, not now.
Use a couple grenades here. Don't stress about it.
What is doing here? I don't know, Dom. You want to ask him?
Oh no. slide. That is incredibly scary. Safety strats here. Oh, whatever. I was trying to pop his gas tank. So with the flame grenadiers there, they have a little bit of a gas tank behind them. Can you stop? I need to be full HP when I do this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention another major skip right here. Doesn't look like much, but it's definitely a major skip. I have to be careful there because this is the environmental destruction that does the triple tick that I was mentioning before. And if you get triple ticked by this, well, one more tick and you're dead. It's a 4 or 5 tick kill, I'm pretty sure. This guy's in a really, really bad spot. I think we can get through this without having to, yeah, I was right. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna wait for my HP. Get rid of one of these guys at least whilst I wait. 1, 2, 3. A little bit safe right there. You could certainly yaw that and get away with it, but it's super risky. So there's the triple tick, as I was mentioning. Very scary. So now we get a bit of an auto-scroller again, because why not? This one isn't too long. Meant to fight all these enemies, but you don't have to. You can just stand here and then wait for this whole section. Once you get beyond this, you can't get past it. We've had to play around in that section and we can't find anywhere else to save any time there. That was a nice little neat little skip that one of our runners in the community, Sylvanas, found, I believe. It was either Sylvanas or Flurby. It definitely wasn't me. That was a community found skip, which is pretty cool. It avoids about 30 seconds of train crawling on the other side, so you're definitely worthy than a major skip. And also despawns a load of enemies again, so despawning obviously really, really useful. Nice that you can make it into that second little I don't know how that grenade missed, but okay. Gotta remember how to do this fight properly this time. So by running on this side, you're gonna trigger the enemies to get out of their cover, their roof cover, and it'll kill them because the Razor Hail deals an insane amount of damage to them. And then what we are going to do is we're gonna run in here because then it gives us access to roadie running again. And then the further along this way that we can get, I'm gonna get rid of it, and then we can drop the shield. Nice little trick right there with the AI minute. And then we're gonna kill maybe this Reaver here. So the scary thing about these Reavers are you're going to get 2 of them that you have to kill, and the second one can sometimes endlessly fly, and it's important to know which one it is, so it'll be the one after this. It's gonna endlessly fly. Mentioning endlessly flying. This one here. Oh, and we got it to land, good. So it actually didn't endlessly fly. But we got some early damage on it, which was good. We were so quick there with the first Reaver that we actually got it to land on time. We just got early damage on it. It's meant to do a full cycle around, and we actually managed to shoot it on that first cycle, so that was a really good Reaver fight. So this is Ascension. Me mentioning Centaurs before, yeah, this is what we have to do here. And this thing handles like a breeze. Don't worry about it. Absolutely no problems with this at all. It's very easy to die here. It's also easy to get stuck on objects. Don't want to get stuck on. That's rough. We don't want to take too much damage here. A little bit of damage. We should repair that though in time. There you go, yeah, we've already repaired all that damage. Let's run through them all. I love that dialogue when you run through them all. That's Cole. For those who have not been paying any attention to what character's what. He's the one that's really like your sports jock type, I guess you could say. Adds a little bit of a shut-in type. He's also a mechanic, so he's very, very useful. He's the one repairing the ship and complaining all the time. Repairing the ship. Repairing the Centaur, the tank. I've been playing a little bit too much Atlas, I think. Alright, so this routing here is important. It's important that I pay attention through the corner of my eyes. That's good. It's important that I pay attention to the sides of my screen so I know where the ice has been destroyed and not. Whoa! Mentioning of interesting geometry. So the other runners have a particular route around here which is pretty quick, but I prefer this route. You can speed boost on the ice, but it doesn't really do much. And I don't like doing it, so. Be careful to not go too far. So that's the one there that gets me all the time, is that one right there.
That was way too close, man. Next lake, I'm driving. Next lake, you're swimming.
We're about to do something that's a little bit interesting. Don't worry about it. Still enemies over there, but they can't shoot us when we do that. Now I gotta remember that I have to go around this tree. Around. The reason that I do that is because there's a giant invisible wall on the other side of that tree. Interesting geometry. Make sure that I stay around on this side. And this is very important that we go around here. Otherwise, we'll start eating damage randomly here. That's because there's cedars on the ridge that we're meant to kill. And going through here is basically like going through a minefield. So we need to be very, very quick. And we don't take any damage at all, really. Lovely. Yeah, if you slam into a Reaver with the speed boost, it'll nail the Reaver. So we don't want to get too close to the edge, but we want to keep as close to the edge as possible because it is the fastest route around here. But yeah, we want to try to stay like on the road here because the geometry gets very, very interesting around that corner. Good line right now. A very, very solid run so far. Yeehaw! So knowing where you gotta go is important. Who knows what map Zanya's using? So it is important to note that there is a skip that we could use coming up, but nobody does it, and the reason being is the odds on it working are about 2%. And the other 98% of the time it self-locks the game and kills runs, so that's why we don't do it. There's enough things to kill our runs, we don't need another one. And it doesn't even save that much time either. How you do it is you go, there was like a little like ledge right there that you can go up, and you get into this section without this cutscene occurring. And sometimes it'll let you continue without a fault, but other times it won't. So mentioning endlessly flying Reavers before, the Reaver here, if you die and then reset, I would say 65% of the time will endlessly fly, this one here. It's pretty funny to watch. So it's important to mention that I do a perfect reload on, I always do that, on the, tower.
Control, Delta here. We're entering
Right there.
Signal's probably gonna go patchy soon.
That
Delta, keep me posted if you can.
I can shoot faster, and the importance of that will come up in a little bit. Got a little bit of Mount Kadar to get through. This part is probably the least stressful part, but there is also still that interesting geometry that I mentioned. I should mention that this game comes with quite a lot of jump scares, and there's one right here. No, as you do. There's not really too much to talk about here, except we're inside Mount Kadar, which, interestingly enough, those Sire things that we saw before, there's a good theory that one of my friends made, based on what one of the collectibles say in this game, which makes me think that the Sires were originally the Locust. Just evolved from the Sires, which makes a lot of sense given what Gears of War 4's enemy is, which is the Swarm, those who haven't played it. The cool thing about Gears of War is the core gameplay of this game stays the same throughout the entire series, so. It's important that I drop off here at a certain point. It's also still important that I keep speed boosting. I think I'm okay.
Lost power. No.
So yeah, another little bit of a jump scare right here. Don't worry about it.
Come on, Baird. Hurry it up. I'm trying. Get up like that. Okay, give it a try. Shoot it.
No. Good. I played this a lot smarter than what I did before when I didn't remember the cycle. It's very important that you hit all those first try. I guess it's probably if you're gonna miss one. Oops, I'm stuck on geometry. These corpses have hitboxes. I think I can boost over this. I can't. Oh, I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck on its leg there, as you can see. Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have wasted the shot right there. I shouldn't have wasted my reload. That's alright. So yeah, if you're gonna fail one, fail the middle one. Basically my advice. Nice, we got the perfect reload. Gotta kill 2 of these guys, and that's why it's really important. Oh, I missed so many shots right there. Oh no, I got every single one of them. I take that back, oh my god. I'm literally the greatest Gears of War player to ever exist. Displacement, one of the more scary levels of Gears of War 2. Yes, there are scary levels.
Maria better not be down here.
A couple of things make this scary, but a lot of it has to do with how stupid we were when we routed this game. So we make a lot of like running past enemies really, really important when we routed this game. But running past enemies comes with the risk of taking damage from enemies, and taking too much damage from enemies comes with the risk of going down from enemies. And so that's risky. But this guy here, he's awesome. I love him. Because he can't kill you. That's the most damage he can do to you. So we don't take any more here, we should be right. The reason that I save a little bit of ammo on my flamethrower here is because flamethrowers aren't great anymore. Just decided flamethrowers. I mean, I meant to grab grenades too. Oops. Oh, yeah, guess what? The Locusts have boats. That's a thing. Wretches are annoying. Turn a bridge into a boat. Gears of War logic. Why not? So I would have really loved some frag grenades. All this guy's in a really bad spot. And I have to go wide. And I have to go very, very wide here. Oh, that's slow and it's painful. This is the routing that I'm talking about. Wow, I didn't take any damage in that section. Very, very scared about that blood mount behind me. Oh no, the blood mount's right next to me. Please. Don't worry about it, we can just charge at this Mauler. His reload time is incredibly longer in comparison to ours, and we'll always out 1v1 him. Nothing to worry about. There we go, beautiful. Good, 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 good. Alright, we're on the water scroller. That's what we like to call it. This is another long auto scroller in this game that unfortunately we have to endure. But the good thing about this is, once again, we don't have to do anything here. Section that we just went through, or the ruins over there. You know, we were meant to get on a rowboat, but that thing wasn't going anywhere. So I'm about to give you guys some spoilers for Gears of War 3 coming up. The game was released in 2010, it's 2009, and if you haven't played the game yet, that's not my fault. They're minor spoilers. Very, very minor spoilers. Actually, they're kind of major. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's mean. That's very, very mean. The game's story is great, particularly this game. The cutscenes are amazing in this game. It's a real shame that we don't get a chance to look at the real awesome ones. Bye. I never know what that is up there.
They afraid of the emulsion fumes?
Someone can find out what that is up there. Please tell me.
Keep your eyes open.
Hey, wait. What happens?
Some wrong colored emulsion or something? I don't know.
Too late now.
great geometry.
What was that?
Look at that. That's the 2008 game that we're looking for right there. So you know this thing is not good for us anymore. So as Dom says, we need to get off this thing. So what we're gonna do is shoot this guy's backpack. Lovely. Don't worry about it. That's also the only part where you can actually lose time on the auto-scroller here. Also, you get free ammo, which is fantastic here. Nice. Look at how well visualized coded that was. That was great. We're moving so fast that the game can't prioritize enough pixels towards that enemy. Oh yeah, one thing that I haven't mentioned is you can break Marcus's arms on these strikers. There we go. Whoop. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Great showcase game. We just broke Marcus's arms lost on him. Don't worry about it. Also, you can kind of see my shoulder clipping into my arm. But don't worry about it. 2008 game. Don't worry about it. Surf's up. You can actually shoot the light on the back of these gunboats, and it actually kills the locust that's operating it. A bit of a fun fact. I always think the ammo cap for the Lancer is 420 because in Gears of War 3 the Lancer ammo cap is 420. In this game it's 550. It's 600 and something, 660 I think in the first game. Pretty sure that's it, because I'm pretty sure the hammer burst is like 720 ammo in the first game. Oh, Locust SMG if you're as old school as me. You know what, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, we missed the opportunity to really showcase Marcus's arms break. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. His arm just broke on the other side. It's pretty hard to notice. There we go. Break Marcus's arms for fun. Gears of War things. Marcus has quite flexible arms, don't worry about it. So this fight coming up, we do this the exact same way any casual player would do this. Except we can speed it up a little bit because we're speedrunners and we found a way to speed this up. You can actually do some dialogue skips here, but I think I missed them all.
Where is it? I don't know.
There we go. We got one of them. Good job, us. Alright. It's alright. I'm happy getting one of them. I forget who says the dialogue here between Marcus and Dom. This is probably going to be a far one, but I can't make exact precision on that. to middle one. See, if I'd have been standing in the middle one, I would have died then. And I don't want to die. I'm playing this risk averse. There's no reason to risk at all on this fight. Because it is free. Unless you get the soft locks. This is probably going to be the far one. Yeah. He's about to munch on the front of the boat in a second. Hey, yeah, that's what we're fighting. Big fishy.
How do we kill this thing?
Oh, I got the wrong dialogue. That's alright. Doesn't cost us that much time. No point risking anything on this fight. Which one is it gonna be? Top right. Bottom left. The opposite to what I said. Alright, I really hope Dom's still here. Watching you, Dom. Watching you, Dom. Biggest fish I ever caught.
Let's just...
Another gold split. We're in there, boys. This is a run that is definitely on. And will no doubt be lost in this chapter coming up. Actually, yeah, probably this chapter. This is priorities. It's priorities, answers. There's a chapter before answers. I was about to say, and once we get to answers, the rest of this act becomes a lot easier. I tried to get a max range cover slide, we didn't get it. That was unfortunate. Gonna get a cover slide, then cover slide out, which instantly starts that cutscene. Takes a little bit of time. So I'm gonna be using the grenades a little bit later on down the line, up ahead, for great use. Oh, whoops. That's not meant to happen. Meant to pan the camera the right way. There we go. That's what's meant to happen right there, though. That's good. Bad movement. I'm getting a bit nervous. I'm getting a bit sweaty. Very, very far along in this game. The last act is free. This act is free for the vast majority. I'm pretty well practiced on the last act. I'm pretty well practiced on this act. There shouldn't be too many things that go wrong here. It's just a fight that always gets me nerve-wracking.
Let's look for a way across.
If you go too far across without doing my grenade tosses here. If I don't get my grenade tosses in the correct spot either, it'll cause issues. Oh, we didn't get it. Had to be careful there. I normally hit him with that grenade there. I was very, very aware of the fact that that could happen. Whew. Okay. Okay. Oh, not meant to grab that ammo. That's some ancient strats coming into my head, though. I have to shoot this guy in the foot to kill him on the troika. Headshot that guy, and then kill this guy with the lancer over here. Good. Maybe I might be able to get this guy too. Great fight. Nothing more that I need to say about that fight. I think the word great sums that level up. That's a pretty scary level. That fight there is very, very tense and nerve-wracking. I played it safe. But it's still nerve-wracking and tense, and me playing it safe actually ended up being okay. I would have liked to have saved a little bit more pistol ammo for this section, but, you know. So in this part we're meant to find Dom's wife. Now how we do this is... This run got pretty sweaty real quick, but because I'm on PB pace and I haven't been on PB pace in a very, very long time in this game. I'm really hoping that doesn't phase through. So we kill these guys intentionally instead of following them around. You have to kill them eventually anyway. We're gonna need this. This is very, very important. Now you can use the boom shield here to clip through the wall over there, and it actually saves, I think, 15-20 seconds, but we've got a more important mission with this. We're going to keep it. In co-op, you can do that there, grab it, and then get someone to press the button on the other side, and it'll save that 15-20 seconds, and you can hold on to the boom shield, but you can't do that in single player. That's at least a theory. We actually haven't tested that. Do not drop the boom shield. Very, very important that you do not drop the boom shield there. Now to save some pistol ammo here, we're going to place our boom shield down like that. Boom shields are incredibly glitchy in this game, and will never line up properly because this game is great. This guy doing? What? What is happening? Okay. There's a lot of enemies there for no reason. It's alright though. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I haven't really introduced Theron guards yet. Those guys using the bow weapons, they're torque bows. We don't use them in this game, but we did in Gears of War 1. I kind of forget about them, but... Need to be careful here, because I've accidentally placed this on a really, really bad spot. Okay, we're good. Alright, good. I managed to get this set up properly. That is another one of the stressful fights. Alright. So, yeah, this Road to Ruin starts on after that fight, if you have it. It was a deleted chapter in this game because they cut the chapter, but you can get it as a DLC, as part of...
I'm surviving.
One of the DLCs in this. And it's one of the most competitive speedruns out there. By else, because you can actually do it on insane difficulty. Due to what it is all about. and there's only a couple fights in there that are any bit stressful, so it's a pretty good insane run. So this is a weird situation to be in, isn't it? Like, we're running all the way over here. I haven't really introduced boom shield clipping yet into this game, have I? Well, I got this in the right spot. Lovely. Lancers are very good against blood mounts, they should be noted. It's very, very fast kill times.
Our species is destined to rule Sierra. Keep fighting, my children. Your queen is with you.
Yup, definitely the queen.
Good.
Here come the Reavers!
Ow.
Over there! He's lowering the cover!
See, this is why I like to be underneath Reavers when I was fighting them early on in the first act. These things are very annoying to fight against. Get rid of one of these guys, and then... Oh, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. What a dumb way to lose a run. Oh. Never mind, run might be saved. Dom? What? Run saved, pog point. Okay, so the old strat used to be to use the Troika here, but now I got a really interesting way of doing this fight. That was pretty monkus. Oh, no. I'm just gonna load last checkpoint. The checkpoint's not too far behind where I was. I got a really bad pattern there of enemies. Really bad. That butcher is not meant to be there. It's meant to be further up down the chain. Oh, he's there again. Yeah, meant to actually go down here. Whoops. I guess I just messed up. Alright, that works. Pretty good. This enemy's gonna die, no worries. Don't worry about that. See, to create a Gears of War 2 speedrunning monster, you'd mix my combat knowledge with Flurby's glitch knowledge, and then you'd have a combat monster. I had to be a little bit careful with those two guys there. They both carry lances. And for people who never played Gears of War before, those things kill you in one hit. Still a pretty good run. I'm just going to continue it. I don't care how bad it ends up being. Oh. There you go.
We gotta buy Jack some time. Hold him off.
focus on these enemies hit. Whoa, 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 that's a lot of damage. More grubs and reavers. Okie. Where's the reavers at? So we want to kill these guys. They're most important targets to kill. Dom's shooting at them good. There's one. That was a quick reaver kill. Lovely.
Watch it! Blind lips coming in! All right! Repeat your work!
Okay. This is actually a slightly new way of doing these fights that I have. Right, we already have the and now we need the mortar. It's right here. Shoot it here. Be good. Alright, don't worry about it. No, 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 no. Oh. You go down here, it's really, really bad.
If that's the palace, I'm guessing this'll lead us to it. Worth a shot, man.
So this is Nexus, huh?
Still don't get how they could have built all this so fast. Oh, hell, we still don't know how long they've been down here. And all this emulsion. Are they thriving on
It's part of an auto-scroller, so you can't really save time here by doing dialogue skips.
That queen of theirs keeps talking about reaching the surface.
On the surface of Sierra, we
Speak
shall
of the
find our destiny.
Speak of the devil. Reavers! No! Shoot 'em!
They got it down a few reavers hit. There's no point wasting a ton of ammo here on long-range shots on the reavers. They'll all come in from the exact same side each time on this one, and then when you change over to the other gondola, they'll all be on the other side. So, which is important to note which side you're actually shooting from. Should be a couple more reavers to go. Might be one more. I don't see it. Guess we'll grab the ammo.
These creatures cannot hope to stop us.
Once again, we need to get off this thing. Seems to be a running theme in this game. A lot of running themes in Gears of War. Kill this guy all the way off from distance first. Good, good. So yeah, those guys are not too stressful. little breather. Gotta wait for it to stop before we can do this slide. That I mean completely stop. You can't actually climb over it till it stops, and then you go over and then press the switch as fast as possible. So, yeah, this is why we get off this thing. Yeah, that's where we were before. That's where we activated the beacon. Oh, I meant to destroy that thing. Whatever.
Almost there. Keep at him, Delta.
They come. That Reaver comes in really, really quick,
Good to go.
The Riftworm is dead.
and it doesn't really matter.
We will vanquish our enemies.
So this one is interesting as it takes a little while as well. There you go. Now it lets us over. There we go. Now we're good. So you have to wait for those things to completely stop.
Governments are inferior. Destruction for your queen.
Why the hell are they in such a hurry? Looks like we must be kicking some serious ass. I don't think it's us.
A little bit of lore.
Beacon. Must be something else going on.
Because why not have lore in the middle of a really intense level? That's one of the biggest drops, I think, ever in gaming history right here. Biggest revelations, given that if you've played through the first game, you wouldn't ever expect this. Are they fighting each other? What the... And there it is, the drop. Nothing to do that now. So yeah, mentioning how Consus can revive their enemies, that's a really good example. An annoying one. So, for this section we take the Triker, because it's faster. But you can self-lock, but it's faster.
Cole and I got the right.
Because if you control this, then your allies can't stuff you over with it.
The humans, the Lambent are weak. Crush
Shut
from
your
beneath
trap,
your
bitch.
feet.
Nice. Don't shoot these when your allies are nearby. They're fun to shoot, but don't do it when your allies are nearby. It can get your allies stuck on them. They can get hit by the damage, and then they'll be like, they'll be in like a grenade cover state, and they'll walk whilst in that state, and they'll get stuck on them almost every time. It's imperative that you don't do that. What is this, Boomer? I don't know how those guys didn't die from that, but okay. So the Consus lost, because why not? Still an enemy all the way back there. Never seen one of them get stuck back there. There we go. Your AIs are on a timer anyway eventually. They'll start moving towards that. There's Dom. Yeah, if you shoot it while he gets stuck on that one there, he'll get stuck. You just gotta be aware of that. He'll go into like a... He'll change his AI state, and as soon as that happens, he'll get stuck. There we go. Pretty stress-free, that section. So the really, really fast way of doing this is for you to go and extend that bridge. A couple frag grenades. Jesus. That's not meant to happen. Whoa. That's gonna save us again. A beast. Now we're gonna go down again. A bad fight. Oh, no. Really bad fight. We get saved again here though. We're getting hit by boom shots, which is what is causing that. There we go. Alright.
Get back into cover!
Never give up, my children. You're Sarah's saviors.
They're definitely fighting another war down here.
Good thing, too. I have a feeling we wouldn't have lasted this long without
I'm waiting for this door here to open.
Don't those things explode? Yeah, usually. Keep your distance. Enemy spotted!
Excellent, my children. Your bravery does your
The contest right here. I'm gonna grab these inkies. We drop them. No, well, can't find them anyway. Well, he dropped fraggies though. Fraggies are good. We need grenades for the next fight, so speeds the fight up tenfold. Being a little bit safe on this fight. Just this whole section in general is pretty nerve-wracking. Probably gonna lose a fair amount of time on this level because I'm not as practiced with it at the minute. I aggro these guys and throw a couple grenades down at them. Oh.
Here comes some more.
Not good. Didn't want to get hit by that. The molars are important to keep at bay, because they get on top of you. Those things will absolutely insta-gib you, and there's nothing you can do about it, so gotta be careful of that. Got him! Whoa, are you seeing this? Yeah, unfortunately. I'm definitely missing a lot of dialogue skips in this run because of the no dialogue, but oh well.
End of the line, folks.
End of the line.
Whoa, this bitch's house is creepy.
Come on, you can't just say that word.
We pull this off, we end the war.
Oh, please. Rise! Higher, my children! I do love the Queen's voice. It's amazing. For those wondering, and in case it wasn't obvious, yes, Marcus Phoenix does voice the gunsmith in Destiny.
We're not gonna give up the palace easily.
So I had to activate this cutscene, but then once we do...
Oh, that's just great.
Nice fight, lol. So now that we've done that...
Jacinto shall sink.
Start heading around the back entrance. Where is it? There. Forgot where the lever was there for 1 second. Sometimes they're on one side of these, and then sometimes they're on like the straight way. Oh well. That didn't cost us too much time. We're still well in pace here, so.
Judging from the windows,
So the lower path here is the better path. For all you donation incentive heads, I guess we could do a donation incentive if at an event for the Easter egg that's right up above, right after this fight. That we ever get this into a marathon one day. Pretty good run. Intense. There are a lot of parts that are. What I'm doing right now, in case it wasn't obvious, is that I was staggering that guy's boom shield. Oops. So there are two ways you can do this. You can either be as risky as you want, or you can kill the enemies and be safe. Take the safe strat. These guys here are not Theron guards, which you guys can't tell. Nice little mechanic that we have in this game that we can utilize here. This is the only time where it's kind of any bit useful. Is the meat shield mechanic. It's using the down opponent as a meat shield. Which in multiplayer can be really hilarious when you die and you become a meat shield. And then you respawn and your meat shield's still in the game, so there's two of you in the game at the same time. Incredible that they probably crashed the game quite a number of times trying to code that in. Meat shield mechanic. It actually works fantastically in the game. It was really, really fresh and a good idea. Very important that we... So downing one of these guys against a Kantus and then killing the Kantus is a really good way of dealing with it, because whilst the Kantus is reviving, the enemy itself is stunned in an animation where it can't deal damage to you. So we're about to have a big drop on what we need to do. So Marcus's dad's in the Locust computers. He's meant to be dead. Saying stuff that is currently relevant to the war. He's meant to be dead. The reason that I shot now. So we don't,
Same team, split up.
I'm always a fan of the left side. I don't know why. Couple enemies. Shotguns are incredibly effective against boomers in Gears of War 2. I haven't really talked about it or mentioned it. A little bit to speedrunning this game is knowing what weapon you need out next. Oh, he got rezzed. Interesting. Not meant to be able to get rezzed. He got rezzed from the other side because there's a Kantus over the other side. I didn't know the Kantus res range could reach that far. There is a maximum range in which Kantus can opt to resurrect. We're about to have to fight one of these guys right around this corner. Oh. I need to double back. Oh, I need to get over. Dom. Cole. Where's Cole? He should be right around this corner. He might be able to get to me. Yes, Cole. It's always faster because of the damage dealt for me to not reload last checkpoint and get res. I shoot him at the legs because his shield can sometimes block shots and will not make it a 2-shot kill. Those wondering. Much like, you know, riot shields in Call of Duty, the pan in, you know, pubbers. Whatever you roll with. Nice. Still an enemy alive somewhere. Oh, we're good. This fight needs to go perfectly. Where is it?
Okay, this is it.
No.
Bottom floor, sporting goods, lingerie, and one bitch-ass queen.
Whoa! That ain't the way.
Oh, that thing just had to open up, didn't it? Gotta be a way to talk.
It's been good. We kill those enemies so fast that we don't have actual covers here. Pretty decent angle. I need to get this guy. Couple more enemies coming in. Knowing what side these guys spawn on is half the game. That should be all of them. I start heading over towards this side for an intentional reason. We go over here. These guys spawn in super, super quick. Oh no, they all went up the top. Oh, my AI's got 2 of them. Good, good, good. That guy's so low. There we go. Done. Oh wow, he got around the other side too. Oh my god, this guy is trolling me. There we go. Whew, Lances aren't great at that range. That's scary. I was definitely faster with the pistol, I think, right there. What's happening? One of them's down but not out, I think, up there. This glitch can happen sometimes. It's pretty much rip PB. Oh well. We were on PB pace, but that was, that's definitely it. That's definitely the final nail in the coffin. We just gotta wait now. Just gotta wait. It's gonna happen. One of the many glitches that can occur in this game where one of the enemies just doesn't spawn in. Or spawns and stands still. Bit unfortunate. It happens. There's no way that I can get an angle on that guy either. Because of how the fight there is crossed off. Rip. I think that's any chance with PB. Unless we somehow have like an incredible 5th act. Good run though. Really good run. I'm really happy with this run so far today. So why aren't you grabbing any ammo? Well, my young pupil, the game's about to reset our weapons twice in a row, so we have no use for ammo. Gonna reset our weapons on the start of this fight. As you can see that we now have a 350, which is a base reset ammo count. And then coming after this fight, we're going to be into an auto-scrolled section. And then after that, we're gonna have a few other things. There's a chance we can still PB, I guess, but that enemy there. We were still well within PB zone. I'll leave it at that. Very good run there. Getting a run that lasts that long in Gears of War on PB, well ahead of PB paces. Very, very good. Stalactites. I want to stand next to one of these. Good. So these are chainsaw duels. They're introduced into this game, and Scourge's fight is totally about chainsaw duels. This guy earlier on in one of the cutscenes ripped through a centaur in half with that weapon. So you'd think that it would be a really, really cool boss fight, but he's just obnoxious. Stalactites, and then it'll be tickers. We only have one more cycle on this guy. And if it wasn't for that enemy, it would be well on PB pace. Rough, but all. I might set aside like 3 hours after work this week and just do a no reset run each time and see how we roll. Get out of desperation and then just do a full no reset run. Because this run's gone really, really well. Yeehaw! Man, we would have had PB for free had we not got glitched on. Would have been free. But oh well, it could happen in any run. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh well. Oh yeah, I never really mentioned much about the missing no glitch and why sometimes I don't have text. So it changes all my text into like code language. It's really obnoxious. I really hope that it happens in a marathon one day because it'll be hilarious.
Forget the queen. We need to find... Well, there are 2 more Reavers back there. It's worth a shot.
It's not worth doing the dialogue skips till you get to that point. Where I was.
Keep moving.
But we got him. We can still PB, maybe. It'll be close, but we can definitely still PB, I reckon. 40 seconds of time save on this act. It's doable. It's definitely doable. But yeah, that was all on that one enemy. That's really unfortunate.
Let's get to Jacinto, Delta.
I didn't realize how free my PB was actually in this game.
Not sure I can control this thing.
At the minute. Definitely improve on it. Probably get a sub 250. Oh yeah. This is the 5th act, I should mention. Start of the 5th act, so we're riding on a Reaver. Why not? Need to deal with these rockets. Those rockets can do quite a lot of early damage to a Reaver. I love this cutscene coming up though. This unskippable cutscene's great.
Nice landing, Cole. Now let's make this quick.
We got one over there, Marcus.
I don't know how these guys aren't dead yet.
Thanks for the assist, Delta.
Thanks for the assist, Delta. We thought we were done for. Just look at it, they're like,
Now get your ass
what?
out of here. This entire place
They're on Reavers. Like, what? They're like, what the?
Go, Horsey, get him, go! Get your ass moving!
Yeah, there's a certain technique to avoid everything that this guy does that I'm doing right now. I already got my damage cycle on him. As you can see, we're actually chunking him quite hard. This is still pretty auto-scrolled though. You can only get it in a set amount of damage. We've already chunked him pretty hard. He's about to throw some rockets at us through the darkness that are going to home in on us in a bit. And if you hold your stick to the far left corner, like the bottom left, you get a little bit of control over the Reaper, so it's not a true auto-scroller. But if you do so, it'll avoid every single one of his rockets that he's about to toss. And you won't take any damage at all throughout this whole section, which is great. So he shouldn't be hitting me with any rockets.
Whoa! Watch the rockets!
There you go.
We got some company down.
Even if this run does PB, that 4th act's gonna have so much free time save. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good run to run against. Plus, I missed a few new tricks that have been implemented that I get. Definitely speed this game up as a whole. Yeah, I got a little bit sweaty there for a little while, but I guess now we can kind of relax. I don't think PB's in any question, way, shape, or form. I'd have to gold split by 40 seconds, and I just don't see it happening. That guy out of here. Unfortunately, it's very, very, very hard to dodge rockets without running into one of the tree's kill floors. The game will think that your Reaver's trying to get into like the line of the other Reaver's angle. So it's very, very important that you kill these guys as soon as they're spawning. a lot of damage on these guys here, so they should be real quick. Almost dead set impossible. The way how you deal with this is you just pray that they don't start shooting rockets at you. We got both of them. It's back then left, back left. I remember that it's the stone wall left. I think that's it for this section. Yeah. There's only a couple more things that can go wrong. And it's only that I play the final fight like a monkey. I don't see it happening. Alright, Scourge fight. So this guy, Scourge, is back. This is the final fight with Scourge. And I take off his arm. Tries to grapple on. We're gonna follow him around. I like to follow his movements. Much damage into him as possible. Give him a couple rockets. Dodge his rockets. Once again, exact same dodge mechanic. I don't know why he can never hit you at the bottom left. Bit of a developer oversight. You follow his movements around, you keep yourself as close to him as possible. It's pretty useful. Time he's going to shoot some rockets into us. Final cycle. There we go. And this boss fight is easy. There you go. Whee! Bloop. Easy clap.
All right, Delta, tighten up formation. Jacinto straight ahead.
Whew. Very, very, very good run so far. Very happy with this run overall. I mean, yeah, we got glitched on by one enemy is going to cost me PB. Just one enemy. But it's how it rolls in Gears of War. So this is Colonel Hoffman. He was in the first game. This is the first time in the game that you get a fight with him. Marcus hated him at first, and he hated Marcus at first, but then they grow to like each other. Like true tsunderes. Missed that shot because I'm bad with the sniper, apparently. Got that guy, though. Hopefully they all shoot the Reaver. They're shooting the guy in the back of the Reaver. That's not good. He has a separate HP box. Good. So we're gonna go over here. Thanks for the support, 3-6. Move up. Alright, so a little bit more base defense to happen here. Yeah, this one. Try to get as many grappling kills coming in as soon as possible. There you go. too. There's going to be another Reaver coming up. You can see everything's starting to fall to pieces around here. Okay. And we got that enemy killed on that last bullet too.
Roger, 3-2. Delta, we're going to need you at the west entrance immediately. Take position along the south flank.
Copy, Control. We're on our way. We're in trouble over here. Requesting assistance. Watch it! We've got guards on the right!
You can see I'm doing cover slides here, and that's just because my movement is faster when cover sliding. Even though this gun, the Mulcher here, a lot of damage down there on those guys. Bring over our second Mulcher. I need it.
All forces in the area.
So I need to be careful here. We can knock ourselves out of bounds. Not careful. I want to stand right here. Stay standing. This bridge doesn't spawn in for a little bit, so you just got to be a little bit careful there. I thought with that roll I might have knocked myself slightly out of bounds.
Delta, the comm towers are under attack. We need your assistance immediately.
Let's get a move on, Delta. We lose those towers, all of our forces lose contact.
This situation gets full bar in a hurry.
It's worse in a hurry.
Full bar. Rip. Alright, so this situation is all about just killing the Reavers. Alright, where are they at? There's one. Focus on one at a time. Good. Let's get a new spawning one. Focus on the new spawning ones. That's all you need to do here. Got one on the ground here. It's a freebie. Reason being is because you can overheat.
Locusts have just broken through the main gates. Got it. We're on our way. Control, Comrade is secure. We're heading.
Roger, Delta. Make sure they don't breach command.
Trying to get the dialogue.
Control, we're gonna need air support here ASAP.
Sorry, Colonel. All Ravens are now evacuating citizens or prepping for the bomb drop.
So I did like Marcus's line here, but you know, we have to skip it.
Looks that way, Sergeant. Let's get to it.
want to use the sniper on these grinders over here. You guys should be pretty low. There we go, beautiful. And that should trigger the Rumax to start spawning in. Take this down here. So we have a way to birth these guys, but I can't remember it. He's gonna do them one at a time. Should be good. Should be alright. Plenty of allies here to grab us. So my free parking is the level that I practice the most, and I think most speedrunners have practiced this level the most. There's a big reason for it. But free parking should be, if you're a good Gears of War runner, it's the level that you should be good at. Good headshot. That guy's in an interesting animation lock. Oh my. Almost said the F. That's not smart. I actually didn't need to kill that guy. No, 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 no. He's bad. Ugh, what a bad start to free parking. I knew how to do this level, like, so well, too. Sure this guy doesn't want to follow me. Where is it now? We're good now. No more shotgun. Poggers. No more sniper, I mean. Easier to kill this guy as soon as possible. So, boom shield 1 down. Let's go fight this guy up close. Boom shield 2. Alright, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need it. Thank you. So yes, you can glitch through these walls here, without having to do this, and it does seem like it would save time, but it soft locks the game, so, gotta be careful of that. There are a few tricks that I know that my PB missed out on in this, act, but they're not 40-second time save. Grinders. There's a lot more fighting, and particularly force fighting later on. We need this. Last enemy up. Oh. Huh? Oh, he's right back here. I can't even see him. There you go.
Control.
So I have to answer that dialogue.
Take the street.
I was careful there. Otherwise, you only get one chance at this, and it's pretty scary. Don't need to worry about that guy though. There you go. There's a certain spot there that I gotta get. So I know what you're thinking. Why'd you carry the boom shield all this way? Well, we can just clip through objects, right? So I clipped the boom shield through the last wall. Now I can just clip through this one. Why not? We won't be needing the shotgun anymore. Type F to pay respects to the shotgun. Maybe hit this right. How? Yeah.
That building's coming down!
Move back! Move back!
Hopefully that doesn't despawn. Shouldn't do.
The beginning of the end.
Alright.
Never thought they'd get to Jacinto.
I guess it was just a matter of time.
There you go. That's a very, very tricky thing to do. Very, very precise. Okay, this is the most scary moment of the run. There's only a couple more parts left to go. Couple more tricks left to go that are really, really nerve-wracking. Okay. Looks good. Come on. Please. Give it to me. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. I have to go back here and hit a load zone. I have to kill all the enemies in this room. Come on. I'm shooting you. Thank you. The reason that we keep the hammer of dawn here is so we can do the strike here. Helps clear out a few enemies. To be careful of enemies coming around this corner. I'm not gonna risk ammo. Though I probably would have been okay.
Can't get a target. Not again.
So yeah, if you don't go back after doing that skip, this whole area deloads. That skip is boom shell clipping out of the map exactly the same way as captivity and spawning in another point of the game. Except that spawn point, like captivity, doesn't spawn enemies in, but it also doesn't have the same checkpoint. This is the last enemy that we're gonna kill. Second last enemy that we're gonna kill with the Lancer in this whole game. I think no. We're gonna get inside this hotel as quick as possible. Good. Start that cutscene, and then we're good to go. Look, I'm pretty happy with my commentary in this. May as well get some more kills. More hammer dawn usage. Little bit more to go in this game. I'm not gonna be fighting much more on foot. And of course, as is tradition, we survive.
Keep moving. This place isn't gonna last long. Come on, come on, come on.
So on Insane, this part here is actually somewhat of a bit of a nuisance, but on casual it's a bit of a meme. Alright, so if they can ride him, so can we. That was one of the quotes in this game. I love Anya in that cutscene. Well, that guy had some interesting effects. For those wondering what's the best place to farm seriously, probably this level. It still takes an absurdly long time. Probably just restarting this level, doing the first 2 sections, restarting, doing the first 2 sections again over and over and over again is the best way to farm seriously. You can also make the Rumac raw. Why not? Very hard to fail this on casual. How good's my mashing ability? I'm pretty happy with my commentary this round, I don't know. Maybe I could have talked a little bit more about the game overall, I feel. But it's difficult to do so by yourself. Boomer right there. There's a lot of like lore going on, but it's hard to like compromise gameplay with lore because I feel like the gameplay does more justice than the lore to give the lore. Personal preference there. The lore's pretty good. You know, right now we're going to go sink Jacinto, the human city stronghold, which is kind of basically the lore, the last of our strongholds. I'm spamming B at the minute, you guys can't see it, but I would probably be able to beat it on Insane. There you go, another little raw for you boys. Hog plant. One. How many Reavers that are gonna spawn in? We're just gonna run over them. You really don't want to fail the melee. This thing is a little bit awkward to control, but it's alright. I just should have saved first. It's just funny if that you can kill this thing all this way back as it just warps into place. So why am I shooting this pillar? Well, it's the checkpoint for the final end of this game. Yeah, no, we're not gonna get PB. It's all over. We probably could have gotten it to, had we not had a bad 4th and 5th F, but them's the breaks. Couple enemies on a Trillia, couple enemies on a Trillia. But it is what it is. These little nemesis there are really, really annoying and they slow you down. But they actually count as kills. So seriously, I never mentioned it in this run, but the seriously achievement is an achievement in every single Gears of War game, and they're all different. In Gears of War 2, the seriously one is for killing 100,000 enemies, which is, as you can imagine, a lot.
Control. Target area is clean and we have a clear path.
Still, I'm pretty happy with this run, you know.
Roger that, Delta.
It's gonna be around near 230, 254, but you know. I have to do a few things after stream, so nothing else. I got work again tomorrow. First day of work for the year. One last strike. There we go. Free parking was bad. A lot of parts that just went wrong. Oh well. Need to practice the last act in particular. I think my 4th act was fine, I just got glitched on. Still, really, really solid run. I hope you guys like the run overall. Gears of War is a pretty good game. I enjoy it. There's a lot of cool glitches and skips. That last skip is the only thing that makes me like really get super sweaty about all the skips. And I guess that in Captivity, but Captivity, it's just like I failed so many times, I just don't care. But yeah, this is the final cutscene. It's probably really, really quiet. The OST is my favorite in the entire game. It is known as Finale. It's so good, it got remastered in Gears of War 3. And is finally a tomorrow in Gears of War 3, which is also the finale of... It's kind of the finale of Gears of War 3.
Control, can you read me? Anya, are you there?
Yeah, still, 253 is still really, really good. That would still probably have me on the exact same spot on Gears of War 2. If I have a quick look.
Your world can end in the blink of an eye. One event, one unexpected, and suddenly the world as you
Oh yeah. I actually got that photo with the limited edition of the game. It's pretty cool. I have quite a few things limited edition. It wasn't bad back then. Back then you used to get some really good stuff with LE packs.
all that you held dear, all that you held close, is washed away.
So Gears of War 2. Yeah, that would still put me at second. I think. For real time, yes, that would still put me at second. So it would still have me at second. Pretty good run. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. So, if that I was to submit this for a marathon, I'd have it at a 3-hour run. Just because of how many things can go wrong. But it's also pretty marathon friendly in the same way, because you don't have to over stress about things, because there's always a load last checkpoint option. And if not, you can always just skip chapters or whatever. Yeah, Jacinto sunk. We sunk our own city. And thus begins the start of the Gears of War 3 game, which is the game that I have the world record in. But that was a really good run. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed it. Overall, I thought that run went well. I had a couple things go wrong, but you always get that. Been a long time since I actually completed a full-length run of that game, so it's nice to have something under 255 again in Gears 2. The world record for that game is a 246.55 RTA. So obviously I have work to do to improve upon, but still good. I lose time on loads, so hopefully we can work out the time without loads. My time without loads is probably going to improve drastically. Yeah, no, thanks for watching, those who watched this run and those who didn't. I just think this is a pretty decent speedrun to watch. I think it's really, really underrated. I think there's a lot that can be done to improve upon it. I wish we had more people to do glitch hunts, because us as a community have single-handedly found a lot of the glitches in this game. Mainly Flurby, myself, Hell Knight, Sylvanas, who else has been a runner in this game? Alec and Dazzles. We've worked incredible amount to set this run up to be runnable, so there's been a lot that's been found and a lot that hasn't, and a lot that can definitely be improved upon. So just shout outs to everyone who runs this game. The whole community is great. And hopefully, we can get this game into a few marathons, because definitely the most underrated game in the franchise, in my opinion, for a speedrun perspective. Alright, well, I've got to go because I have to get stuff done. But I appreciate anyone who took the time to watch this on YouTube. I'll upload this over the night and then finish her up later. Yeah, no, thanks for watching, everyone who, you know, still around, chilling. It's just frustrating to lose runs like that, but it's also a really good run. I kind of stopped going super hard in that last run and just focused a little bit more on commentary and things like that, but the first 3 acts were really, really good. Third act still can improve. Fourth act, you know, serious improvement available on that. So it's nice to see that there's still a lot of time that I can improve on. And a lot of more dialogue skips to get. But, yeah, I'm really, really happy with that time.